Ladies and gentlemen, so today I wanted to do a bit of a first look video for Captain America Infinity War, who as of, I believe yesterday, the information for this character is now publicly accessible on multiple profiles. It looks like he's been sent out to all of the content creators, so if you do want to see this character for yourself and have a little bit of a pick into him, just simply go to the search and type in the Arbitrarium account, who is also another wonderful MCOC YouTuber, so just punch that right in there, view profile, and yeah, Captain America Infinity War is right on the top. Again, publicly accessible information there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have a look, bit of an in-depth look, but we are going to talk about this champion in quite a bit of depth today, because Captain America Infinity War has a lot to him. He has some very, very interesting synergies, and the way that it kind of conjoins with his signature ability, I think is going to make this character just really, really interesting for team building, for different dynamics of content. But I think on his own, he serves to be potentially a very useful utility character, but I think this character seems to be more geared and more designed toward being a really, really annoying defender to fight. A bit more annoying version of Ant-Man by the look of it. So yeah, bit of an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen, but we're gonna get stuck in and hopefully kind of explain, you know, how this character works and give some early thoughts and some stuff that I would like to see from some of the content creator videos next week. But yeah, let's start off with basically the foundation of this character. So he has a resource called Kinetic Potential, and he can store up to 5 of these charges at any one time, but whenever he reaches the cap, he will not generate any more. Kinetic Potential falls off over time, falling off faster the longer it's been since it last increased. So yeah, you kind of need to keep the ramp up, keep it going. But yeah, the 3 ways that you generate Kinetic Potential: you've got a 15% chance when struck to gain 1 Kinetic Potential, you've got a 50% chance when blocking to gain +1 Kinetic Potential, but this chance increases to 100% on a well-timed block, so whenever you're parrying, you're going to gain 1 stack of Kinetic Potential there, and also a 100% chance when stunned to gain +1 Kinetic Potential. So as you can see, when you are playing this character, I believe you're only really going to get, in the optimal scenario, Kinetic Potential off parrying, but when this character is a defender, when you're parrying, stun, you're giving him Kinetic Potential. When you're attacking into his block, you've got a 50% chance there, and also just regularly attacking into him, the odds are that once in every 5 combo, yeah, he's going to gain 1 Kinetic Potential there, but also if you're using multi-hit characters like Blade and also Medusa, that is also going to give him quite a bit of additional Kinetic Potential as well. So yeah, what does Kinetic Potential do? So it gives him kinetically charged. So as long as Captain America has at least 1 Kinetic Potential, he's considered to be kinetically charged, and gains the following passive bonus is, so he gains, I think it's approximately 50% attack, might be just under that, so it's 574 on this 4-star 550 Captain America, and if we look to the left hand side, we can see the base attack is at 1172 there. Also gives him a nice stack of both physical and energy resistance. Also gives him a 100% chance to nullify unstoppable buffs when striking the opponent, so a bit of a juggernaut counter there, and also maybe Kingpin counter as well. I don't know, man, but any scenarios that have unstoppable, hey, Captain America, he might be your guy for. And also gives him a 30% chance to cause opponents' attacks to glance. Glancing hits cannot be critical, deal 50% reduced damage, and suffer from 100% offensive ability accuracy reduction, and this chance increases by 100% against Mystic champions. So yeah, basically Ant-Man, that whenever he has 1 kinetic charge, and that's going to be all of the time, ladies and gentlemen, and you definitely do not want to bring a Mystic against this dude. That is the first pro tip for next month's event. Because yeah, your attacks have 60% chance to deal pretty much nothing there. But yeah, I'm very, very interested. So this, on its own, maybe not too bad, but combined with some of the synergies, man, we'll talk about some of the potential for a little bit of Alliance 4 defense there. So here's this thing: while heavy attack charging, beginning to charge a heavy attack grants a passive fury, granting plus 574 attack per Kinetic Potential, lasting for 5 seconds. So it's it says beginning to charge a heavy attack. Do you only just need to flick a heavy attack for a second? If it works that way, that could be quite good maybe to weave into your combos. You know, if you're sitting at like 5 kinetic energy, that is a lot of additional attack to have for those 5 seconds. So maybe it's a case of you know, you want to parry, get a heavy attack in, get this massive attack bonus for 5 seconds, do like a 5 combo, throw a special attack, and get some mega damage off there. So yeah, maybe that is the potential synergy there. But after any special attacks, Cap consumes all kinetic potential, so that's something important to keep in mind. You've got the special attack 1, which has a 100% chance to inflict bleed. The bleed damage is really underwhelming, just at face value, but again, this character does have a lot of attack ramp up and fury, so this could get, I don't know, a little bit better, but 100% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 287 direct damage over 3.5 seconds. So with deep wounds, you can increase this to 6 seconds, and reduces opponent's defensive ability accuracy by 100% if kinetically charged. So you have with deep wounds, a 6-second 100% ability accuracy reduction that deals a little bit of damage as well. I'm interested to see if, yeah, it's associated fully with the bleed and increases in terms of deep wounds duration. But hey, well, I'm sure we'll find out in some content creator videos next week. And then we have the special attack 2, which has a 100% chance to stun for 1 second, and each kinetic potential grants plus 574 attack and plus half a second stun duration. So yeah, when you're at 5 stacks, that is 3.5 second stun duration on the special attack 2, which is a very nice guaranteed stun on the special 2 there. There's a lot you can do with that. And I think, yeah, with the timing, you know, you hopefully should have 5 stacks of kinetic potential when you get to the special 2. So yeah, I feel like the rotation for Captain America is maybe going to be something like, you know, parry, parry, do a heavy attack, parry, do a 5 combo special 2, and I think that's going to hit very hard. But the special 3 definitely has a little bit of promise as well. And the special attack 3 is, if kinetically charged, you gain plus 1,148 attack. So that is almost 100% of his base attack for each different class on Cap's team, not including himself, up to 2 classes. So yeah, the majority of the time, unless you're in a solo scenario, you are going to have, yeah, quite a nice bonus from this, unless you're running all science champions. Actually, even if it's not including himself, actually, yeah, different class on Cap's team, so it needs to be characters that aren't science. But also the additional effect from the special 3 is he gains 1 non-consumable kinetic potential charge, which lasts for 30 seconds. So yeah, just how valuable that one is going to be and whether or not it stacks with the other ones, that is remain to be seen. But yeah, I think the special attack 3 seems like it has some promise, which is more than other characters' special attacks that they have. So yeah, the special attacks certainly look very interesting. So we've got kind of a base foundation of what he can do kinetically charge. You've got a small ability accuracy reduction window there, stun on the special 2, and just some more damage on the special 3. But I think a lot of the utility of and potential of Captain America as a utility character really comes from his awakened ability and also his synergy bonuses. So via his signature ability, he gains benefits from each of the other classes, and via his synergies, he gives benefits to other classes. So let's go through, yeah, what all this stuff can do. And this is a dupe level 99 Captain America, which basically you can see from the green values, the chance and effectiveness of this stuff is reduced based on your signature level, but hopefully it has a fairly reliable rate. But it looks like Captain America is maybe a character that is geared toward, yeah, having level 99 for his reliability here. But yeah, we'll talk about the stuff. So if he has a, so you need 1 character of each class represented on the team, excluding himself, to get any of these benefits. So if he has a mutant on the team, 100% chance on triggering a special attack to gain +1 kinetic potential, so that ensures you always have at least 1 kinetic potential when you don't need to parry to build it back up there. And then we also have skill, which I think is the really interesting one, especially if synergies are in a scenario where they are working for Alliance War Defense. 100% chance whenever a debuff is gained, consume 1 kinetic potential to purify it. Now, in conjunction with the ability that 100% chance when stunned to gain 1 kinetic potential, is this going to be a scenario whenever he is stunned, he's going to instantly shrug it off? Like, does it work in that way? That's one question that I have that is, I'm very, very curious about, and if that is true, that also means Captain America will practically be a stun immune character, but being able to, yeah, just get a reliable purify or shrug off on a debuff, I think is a very, very huge thing for the character, but unfortunately he doesn't start the fight, to the best of my knowledge, without any kinetic potential, so yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to counter Iceman there. But yeah, can you shrug off also, what is it, Dormammu's degeneration as well? I don't know, maybe, ladies and gentlemen, maybe. Science, 100% chance on a well-timed block to place a 10% weakness debuff on the opponent for 10 seconds. The question is, does this stack? And also, keep this one in mind when we look at what he brings to the table with other classes. So yeah, maybe good for mitigating some of the damage on Mephisto, Magic, Dormammu. Then we have Mystic, 100% chance to gain 1 kinetic potential each time a buff expires or is nullified on the opponent. Yeah, could be quite good for some damage ramp up in certain kind of buff heavy matchups there. Interesting one. And then we have Cosmic, 100% chance on a well-timed block to place an armor break debuff on the opponent. Which seems fairly weak. It doesn't seem, you know, insane, but hey, it's an additional bit more damage for the character, which is always good there. And then Tech, we have 100% chance on a well-timed block to place a 25% Petrify debuff on the opponent for 10 seconds. And I may be wrong on this, but I believe Petrify reduces, I believe it's healing and power gain by 25%. To the best of my knowledge, but again, I might be a little bit off on that one. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But hey, that's a very, very useful buff to have, just, you know, coming off all your parries to definitely slow the enemy down a bit. Again, very good for Magics and Dormammu's and all that stuff. And the synergy bonuses he has, so these are tech champions, so Vision, Double Vision, and Iron Man here. So tech champions drain 100% of the opponent's max power after the opponent uses a special attack. Now, one of the interesting potential things, I was thinking, like, how is this going to be useful? But I was thinking for like power reserve, if this like drains all of the power when they use a special attack, this could be like a game changer for some of those really annoying power reserves. If you don't have a solid power control champion, or just want to make it like even easier to blitz through. So yeah, I don't know, I see a little bit of potential with that one, just for like fully draining out the power meter there. And again, I believe that applies to all tech champions once you have that synergy there in your team. So yeah, Starkanaut, Spider-Man, get that taunt, might be quite good. And then we have Mutant Evolution, which is mutant champions gain a permanent passive plus 20% prowess. And prowess, I believe, from the buff on Gambit is special attack damage. So yeah, just ramping up the special attack damage on mutants, and you can see there the synergies here with Wolverine, Storm, and Beast. But I think out of these three characters, like, Storm is definitely the one that benefits most from special attacks, because she's all about those special attacks. But yeah, also Bishop as well is a mutant character, very, very reliant on special attacks for a lot of his damage. So yeah, might be quite good to mix in as well. And then we have skill training. Skill champions gain plus 250 critical rating on basic attacks. So yeah, not too bad there, just a bit more crit with the skill champions, very hefty bonus. He's getting there. Science champions place a passive weakness on the opponent, reducing their attack by 50%, except while being struck by them. So whenever you're attacking into your opponent, they're going to have minus 50% attack, and you're like, you know, how is that useful? But when you've got characters like Mephisto, you've got, I believe, Morningstar, Dormammu, Magic, which are dealing damage that is flatline based off their attack, having minus 50% attack on the opponent, hey, not too bad. And if it starts off as well, if this works immediately in terms of the like Iceman interaction before Cold Snap is applied to you, this might be really, really great. This could be a really game-changing synergy for a lot of scenarios. And again, combined with Captain America, if he's getting this debuff on the opponents all the time, combined with his 10% weakness on parries, then you are going to be heavily, heavily mitigating a lot of the damage against a Mephisto, a Magic, or Dormammu, and those those are champions that are massive pains in the ass at the moment. So yeah, a lot of potential there. Very, very excited for that. And then we have the Mystic one, which is Mystic champions deal 30% of their attackers direct damage to their opponents when nullifying one of their buffs. So yeah, if you have a stacked Morningstar, ladies and gentlemen, this seems crazy. This seems absolutely insane because the damage is already so much on like a Morningstar, a Magic, a Dr. Voodoo. But yeah, just a great damage increase across the board for a lot of Mystic characters that have powerful nullifies. Even better for Scarlet Witch as well. The Scarlet Witch synergy just slotting perfectly in there is fantastic, but bring a Morningstar along as well, and you are laughing, ladies and gentlemen. And then finally, we have Cosmic Power, which Cosmic champions increase their buff duration by 25%. So this is good to have, but Ronin and Black Bolt kind of already bring it to the table in terms of, you know, this synergy as well. So yeah, bit of an interesting one there, but if it stacks on top of all of those, hey, it might be even better for buffing up certain characters like Hyperion there. But it also has the characters Captain Marvel, Thor, and also Gamora. And none of these characters already have like 2 insane buffs, you know. Thor and Captain Marvel, they have a bit of a Fury. Gamora has a little bit of crit damage, but it's nothing too insane on those characters. I want to see, you know, what's the biggest buff duration synergy that you can now make with Hyperion. That's what I'm curious of. But yeah, I'm not too sure it's really gonna increase the potential of that too much. But hey, not too bad at all. So overall, I think there's so much interesting like little utility stuff for Captain America. He seems like he's going to be a very, very cool addition to the game. And just in terms of his base stats as well, the character has like some pretty decent critical rating. His crit damage isn't too bad at all. These aren't kind of the highest level of base stats that you'll see on a 550 character. I think they're like a notch down from that, but they're not complete garbage, which is a really, really good point. And also the character has some very, very nice base block proficiency, sitting at 76.3%. So that's I don't believe, because this character, he doesn't have that line of text, which, you know, gives him additional block from the shield. He's going to block a little bit less than the other Captain America characters, but still with that block proficiency, he's going to mitigate a lot of damage on the parries and a lot of damage on the blocks. So that is yeah, some really, really good stuff there. But ladies and gentlemen, overall, I am very, very excited for Captain America Infinity War. The character, I believe, officially, in terms of his release date, just looking at the calendar, I believe it is going to be Thursday the 10th of May that he officially comes out. But because they have added this character to all of the content creator accounts, the assumption is that there is going to be some sort of promotion or offer, like early access crystals like we've had in the past for characters like Blade, for Ragnarok. I think we had some for Void as well. So yeah, I would expect to probably see those next week, because, you know, Corvus has just come out, and if they're pushing this character onto content creator accounts, it probably means that within the next week they are planning on some sort of what is that, soft release for this character. So yeah, overall, Captain America looking very, very promising. Very, very interesting character. I'm excited to see some of the other content creator videos and what they have in terms of the animations and the playstyle. Because yeah, I love Captain America, man. He's just so incredibly badass in Infinity War, and I'm interested to see how he throws down with some of this Wakanda outfit gear, man. He is looking incredibly swag. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think below in the comments of the new Captain America. Are you hyped? Are you excited? Are you buzzed for this character? And what do you think? What do you think he's going to be most useful for? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for watching. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.